Okay, we're back at the motel after the previous mission, because we reached a split pathway again. You can see it at the mission tree, hopefully, if I bother making that in editing to make things a little bit easier on where we are in the story. But we have got more messages.
You have 3 new messages.
Let's listen to number 2.
Yeah. I'll have 2 extra large chicken deluxe pizzas and put some extra cheese on that, would you, fella? Okay.
Okay, coming right over. Yeah, sometimes these joke phone calls are in here. But these actually don't really count as missions, of course. Let's go to mission number 3, which is a real mission.
D'Angelo's been messing with our again. We want one of our drivers to take him out so we don't show his face tonight. If you want in, buzz me. The number you got's gonna be good for a couple of hours.
Okay, this one sounds a little bit more like a true mission. Let's do this one. Although I still feel like delivering that pizza, actually.
D'Angelo.
Yo, driver. D'Angelo's already been making a whole lot of trouble for himself. We had to bump the schedule. It's going down right now.
I got plans.
Cancel him. He's got a line on one of our jobs. Need him taken out real soon. Need his car wrecked real good. Wrap it up as fly as you can. You ain't gonna let me down now, are you?
Okay, some more destruction coming right up. We need to destroy some more wheels, it seems. Only this time it is going to be like a pursuit mission. So it should be over quite quickly. Usually these kind of missions are not the longest ones. Take out D'Angelo's car. Of all types of missions in Undercover, I feel these ones tend to be... No, the shortest ones would help if I actually don't screw up my burnout. These missions aren't necessarily easy, that's not what I'm trying to say, but these are the shortest types of missions. Of course, not counting any repeats you need to do because of failures. But I feel the pursuit missions in Driver 1 are pretty easy. In Driver 2 and 3 they definitely become a lot harder. But here, in this first part of Driver, I don't really feel these are too hard. I usually don't really have any trouble with these kinds of missions. So if you want these to become challenging, wait for Driver 2. These are definitely a lot harder. Okay, let's just move on immediately, because it only took me one try. They usually do. Can't help it, they're just really easy in this game.
Baby, listen to me. Why don't you come into the office? Come on, baby. Maybe I got a little something for you.
I've got something for you. Now back off.
Whoa, Jesse, stay loose, kitten.
You know what this is, don't you?
Give me the piece, baby.
Back off, Rufus. Don't you go making this worse. This ain't what I wanted.
Baby, give me the piece.
You got what's yours, baby.
Okay. Our good old friend Mr. Pimp Rufus just got screwed over by his own girlfriend, it seems. Interesting developments. And this will actually call in the final mission of Miami. Because yes, the one coming up is the final one. No matter which of the missions before this one you take at that split pathway, both of them. Just look at the mission tree if you're a little bit confused. But you will end up at this mission, the Informant. Rufus's girlfriend just pinned him down, or just gunned him down, I mean. And now we need to catch her. And she's going to be on the railway here, so we need to make sure we don't lose sight of the train here. It works basically the same as a pursuit mission. The moment it is too far away, you will fail the mission. You need to keep it in your sights. You don't necessarily have to see it, because as you can see, I clearly can't see it now, but the game is lenient. It still says I'm allowed to do it like this. But a little bit further than this and you fail the mission. actually need to keep it close together. And the fact that there's a train makes it a little bit easier, because you can basically just follow the track. It's not like the train is able to go in a certain direction it is not able to go. And the fact that this mission can get a little bit tricky is the fact that it's raining now. As you can see, we actually have some different weather types now. So far we've been riding around with dry weather all the time, but this mission actually introduces us to rain for the first time, which is a lot tougher to drive around in. Rain will actually make the road function like off-road, giving you a lot less control. The fact that the police is chasing us is also not making it easier. But okay, the police left, kind of indicating that we're close to our end goal, which is right over here. Great job going into the train, because that way you're pretty easily followed around, Jesse. We've got you. And with this, we actually conclude the undercover part of Miami, and therefore Miami in total. Miami is done. But first, a cutscene to close things off.
Listen, lady, I gotta tell you got a real bad attitude. That ain't helping any.
I wanna see my lawyer.
You don't get it, do you? We don't want you. We just wanna know about the French guy. Or maybe you wanna tell us why you blew away your boss.
He wasn't my boss.
Whatever.
Listen, if I don't do what I'm told, I don't live too long. If I tell you what you want to know, I don't live too long either.
Life sucks, huh?
Ain't you just a wise guy?
You gonna cut a deal, or you gonna take communal showers for 20 years?
The French guy was pulling the strings.
Who's pulling his?
I don't know. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Well, we can come back to that. Suppose you don't know where he is either, huh? I said, I suppose you don't know where
I heard. The guy's in Frisco.
And with that, we will enter San Francisco. Jean-Paul, the guy we busted out for Rufus a while back, apparently is in San Francisco, so we're going there too. Apparently, that guy's a bigger shot than Rufus was. Let's go chase him and see what he wants.
Got some work and no room for second raters. The casino. You wanna come along?
My fee.
10%.
20.
Man, guys gotta make a living. 15.
20. You know my price.
Okay, but we do it my way.
Okay, unfortunately we are thrown into the first mission of San Francisco immediately, unlike other cities where you immediately get thrown into your motel, and therefore have an option to get out. We are forced to do the first mission of San Francisco already. Normally I would say I will do the driving games first in order to get to know the new city. But this time around we're forced to do the mission first. First, let's go show off the map. This is how San Francisco is made in this game. Most of the sightseeings you see in the real San Francisco are present here as well. Of course, at a smaller scale in order to fit it into the game. The game's memory isn't so wide that it was able to process the entire city, of course. But this is what they made out of it. And this is where our motel is, in Chinatown. And we need to do something comparable to the first mission in Miami. Only there it was a bank job, where a couple of dudes robbed a bank and we needed to extract them out of there. This is the same deal, only this time it's a casino. Different story, same kind of mission. So with this we are kinda forced to look at San Francisco a little bit early. Because I normally would want to do the driving games first. But this is going to be an only exception, because I know in Los Angeles and New York, the final two cities, you do immediately get thrown into your motel. Of course, I know I'm able to get out of here officially too, but I'm in here, so I might as well finish this mission first. Okay, apparently I'm not allowed to get a felony at this first part of the mission, because otherwise that guy would have chased me. Too early, of course. Same kind of deal. And as you can see, you get some felony if you are too early here. Oh, we're being pushed by the tram. Yeah, even the famous trolleys are here. What's even more famous about San Francisco are the hills, of course, and the fact that they are here. That is by far the most fun part of this town, but we'll be seeing that later. You're in these missions at Undercover. You don't really have too much time to play around with them, but we'll be seeing them next episode, I think. Once I'm done with this mission, I'm at 10 minutes it seems, so might be able to do some of the driving games, but probably not all of them. And the one I'm talking about for the most part is survival. The survival part of San Francisco is definitely the most fun to play around with. But since that is officially the final driving game, we'll be seeing that next time, I feel. Okay, you got me. But I'm still alive, so I'll just continue. We're not timed here. As long as you don't wreck me, I don't really care. Let's go all the way to the southeast of San Francisco in order to drop these guys off. So you can get used to the architecture of this place. It's not just a different map, but you can also clearly see it looks a lot different, of course. Definitely is a different design. I don't have to lose the tail. They're pretty capable of doing that themselves because of all the screwing up they do. But of course this is also going to be a mission where we need to lose the tail before we get to our final destination. And the police are definitely a lot more aggressive here in San Francisco, so it is definitely a lot trickier to get rid of them here. Okay, we need to go into this little section over here. I'm pretty sure the entrance is to the south over here. So as you can see, you can't enter it everywhere, but here we have an opening. Let's make sure these guys are away from us first. Okay, we've got two of them, so hopefully I've got enough damage to spare. Come on, hit me. Okay, there we go. Hopefully not another one will spawn. You can clearly see the police... Ah, dang it. Aren't just more aggressive, but they also appear in higher numbers from this point on. So if you're used to the cops being easy from Miami, it will become a lot more tricky at these later cities. But okay, let's save here, because this is where I want to quit. I was kind of forced to play this first mission already. But now I'm able to quit. And let's do the driving games before we move on with the story. There's not really too much storytelling at this point. So we don't really miss out on too much. It was just extract a gang from a casino job. Nothing too special. The continuation of the story will happen from the next mission onwards. But at least we have seen San Francisco for a glimpse. But before we move on with the story, we first like to cover all of the other stuff relating San Francisco. And therefore saying the driving games. All of the driving games we've been doing in Miami are also present in San Francisco. So let's continue with that. Pursuit will also have 2 new missions for us. Let's go see if we can put down a pretty decent high score here. Let's see where we start out. Okay, this is at the southwest of the map. And this guy starts pretty far away from us, so we first need to catch up to him. Hopefully he will start waving around a lot, so it makes it easier for us to catch up to him. Whee! Oh, I love the hills in San Francisco so much. I really play around with them a lot here. Not so much in these kind of driving games, because we are busy with the mission, you might say. when playing around on your own, and especially in survival mode, you can really make very good use of these hills, but we'll see that later. First, we need to take care of these early driving games. Kind of like I explained in some of the undercover missions that make use of this pursuit mechanic. Usually I don't feel these are too hard in this game. They definitely improve these missions a lot more in Driver 2 and 3. Driver Parallel Lines and Driver San Francisco, the final two main driver games, they don't really use this mechanic anymore. But okay, this is not going too well. Let's do that again. But these pursuit missions actually do return in the second and third game in the Driver series, and there they definitely improved it, because I really feel they are way too easy in Driver 1. Only a couple of ramps is enough to get them high damage. As you can see here, only hit him once and he's already halfway dead already, so you don't really need a whole lot of hits in order to win the mission. And the fact that these guys are really easily caught, they usually don't really have too high speed. They make mistakes a lot. Stuff like that usually makes this way too easy. But still part of the game, so we need to do them. This one taking place in Chinatown, obviously. One hit and he was almost dead. Therefore saying only one more. No, let's don't lose our control here. If he starts taking a turn, I've got him. Because he's forced to slow down. If he does. It's coming up now. Bam! We're done. Nothing too special here. Okay, next one is going to be Getaway. Only one mission. Just like in Miami, it only had one mission there, and it's going to be the case here too. Let's get in. These ones usually are a lot more interesting, I feel. Especially since this is a kind of mission that you don't really see in free play mode or one of the other Undercover missions, because of the police working a lot differently here. Normally your best bet in order to lose the tail, if you want to do that quickly, is just ram the police cars yourself. They try to ram you in order to wreck you, but you can also ram them, of course, in order to destroy them. However, since that will take away the essence of this mission, you're trying to shake off the police instead of just trying. Don't want to go in there. Because of you needing to shake them off, they actually take away your ability to ram the police cars yourself. A trick I used in undercover missions in some instances, whenever I need to lose my tail, just ram the police cars yourself until they get wrecked, because they're always wrecked quicker than you are. They have less health than you, sort of say. But using that trick will take away the essence of this mission, so it is actually taken out here. No matter how much you ram the police cars in this mission, they will always stay alive. Basically saying they have infinite health in Getaway. Forcing you to do it like this, actually shaking them. Which is pretty interesting. Something they should have added in some undercover missions, I feel. Because it does break the game in some instances, but it is not present here. Okay, cross town checkpoint. I have time for one more, so maybe even two. If I feel like finishing this off quickly. Because we're already at 19 minutes, so let's do this one quickly. Oh, we have 7 checkpoints this time. Both of the Miami missions actually gave us 5 checkpoints. This time we have 7. While jumping over hills. Yeah, I kind of figured it was going to do that. Usually in these cross-town checkpoints, I've noticed they really like putting checkpoints in the opposite direction. Whenever you've hit a checkpoint, the next one usually ends up being going the other way again. Which is pretty tricky. It's also tricky, it's all the traffic here. It's also definitely a difference in comparison to Miami. I really feel San Francisco has a lot more traffic. Also something that definitely... here we go again, opposite direction. But also something that definitely helps indicating all these later cities are not just a different map, but they're also actually a lot more difficult. There's a lot more narrow streets here in San Francisco and a lot more traffic here in San Francisco. And all of these hills actually also don't make it easier. They're really fun to play around with, but the hills actually also are there to make you lose control, because when you're in the air you actually don't have any control over your car, of course. Also giving it somewhat of an extra challenge. Come on, hit the arrow. Okay, there we go. Final one's over there. So let's make our way there. Looking at the map is going to be the other side of this wall. Ow. Idiot. Yeah, the hills don't really give you a big overview, so seeing the traffic coming can also be kind of tricky sometimes. But yeah, I think I'll keep it with this, because 20 minutes have been reached and I feel like continuing this another time. So I will be finishing off the driving games in San Francisco next time, when the Let's Play will continue, and we will hopefully finish off all of the driving games, and we're able to continue Undercover and hopefully unlock the new cities. But that'll all be next time. So see you guys next time. Treecks out.